The heart is a muscular pump which has four chambers, and its correct functioning depends upon the blood flow being from one chamber to the next and not leaking backwards from the chamber to which it was delivered to the chamber from which it started. The other problem that can occur with heart valves is that the valves don't open properly to allow the blood flow. Efforts were made beginning in the early 1950s to correct one form of valvular heart disease, and that was aortic valve insufficiency, or the tendency for the blood that had just been pumped out of the left ventricle to return to the left ventricle from the aorta in between pumping cycles. It wasn't possible at that time to operate on the inside of the heart, so one couldn't replace a valve in its natural position. Dr. Hufnagel, a surgeon in the 1950s, it would not be necessary to place the valve inside the heart, but the valve could be placed in the aorta, and therefore the blood that had been pumped out of the heart could be prevented from leaking backwards by a ball valve in the descending thoracic aorta. This was done in 1953 with a ball valve that was retained in a plastic cage. One didn't have to go into the heart to replace that valve, but you could clamp the aorta above and below the point you'd like to insert the prosthesis, and then use a suture material that would hold the cartridge-shaped tube that held the ball valve into the position in the descending aorta, period. This applied only to aortic insufficiency or aortic valve leakage. It would not help the situation in which the aortic valve didn't open.